A woman was caught on camera firing a gun inside a Connecticut police station. Surveillance video shows a 51-year-old woman entering the lobby of the Bristol Police Department, appearing to have a gun aimed at her head. She knocks on the front desk window with her left hand with a gun in her right. This took place around 11:35 p.m., and there were no employees at the lobby desk. After banging on the window several times, the woman shoots into a door, then towards the front desk, according to police. The bullet-resistant glass did not shatter. After firing, she removed her jacket and took a seat in the lobby.
Get down! Get down on the ground!
More shots were fired towards a door where authorities say police officers were attempting to enter the lobby.
Okay, go, 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 go!
Officers used a taser to subdue the shooter. The shooter was taken to the hospital for evaluation and was later released to authorities. She was charged with several offenses, including attempted murder with special circumstances and illegal discharge of a firearm. The suspect is being held on $1 million bond.
A deadly pharmacy shooting with a shocking motive. Police in Central California say the shooter was angry with big pharmacies and drove out of his way to find one to open fire on. Good evening. I'm Amma Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. The suspect is in jail tonight, and tomorrow he's expected to be charged with the murder of one Walgreens employee. Police say he drove 80 miles from his home in Tulare County in the community of Pixley all the way to Madera, walked into the store, started shooting employees and children inside. A shooter staring down a security camera in the moments after police say he killed a worker and opened fire on fleeing people inside a Walgreens.
He, what I feel like, is trying to erase this heinous act, which he can. It's forever now stuck in the lives of our citizens here in Madera.
Just after 9:30 Monday night, police say a man walked into the store and opened fire, pulling the trigger at least 5 times, striking Eric Velazquez and sending other employees and customers running for their lives. We're now learning more about the gunman's disturbing motive. Detectives say he drove more than 80 miles from Pixley in Tulare County to Madera, specifically looking for a pharmacy to attack.
We do know he has a general disdain or grudge against pharmacies, large-scale pharmacies.
Tuesday morning, the Walgreens remained closed, a sign directing customers to a nearby location, the only indication of the crime that happened inside the night before. Walgreens sharing a statement saying in part, "We are deeply saddened by last night's tragic event, which resulted in the death of one of our team members. Our thoughts and prayers are with their loved ones during this difficult time."
Nearly a dozen times while her 3 kids slept by her side. The father of those kids accused of staging a murder and making it look like a home invasion. A Fox 35 News exclusive interview. For the very first time, we're hearing from close friends of that mother. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm John Brown.
And I'm Luann Sorrell. Fox 35's Manny Martinez is live in Orlando tonight. So Manny, that boyfriend allegedly had his cousin shoot him in the arm to make it appear like he was a victim too.
And Luann, that's all laid out here in these 36 pages for the affidavit for the suspect's arrest. These are usually no longer than 5 or 6 pages at most. So that shows you just how intensive and extensive this investigation has been. Deputies say it came down to good old-fashioned detective work. And tonight, the woman's friend and the sheriff's office say the suspect's story just didn't add up. More than 1 year since Portia Streeter was shot and killed while she was asleep with her own children, her friends are still grappling with the loss.
She was a God-fearing woman. And, if you got to know her, you know she had a gentle spirit.
She's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Deputies say Sean Range, the father of Streeter's 3 kids, worked with his cousin, Benjamin Garman, to kill her and even stage a home invasion. Streeter was just 30 years old. Family and friends describe her as a loving mom and a gifted hair and makeup artist.
She was so talented. You could show her a picture, and I guarantee you were going to look like the picture that you wanted.
She died January 13, 2024. Neighbors heard gunshots around 9:30 that morning, but detectives say Range called 911 2 hours later, after the alleged shooter came back and shot him in the arm. We spoke with a neighbor who didn't want to show his face on camera.
He was asking for help and, starting, knocking on people's doors. I was like, oh my God, something really bad happened.
Range told detectives someone forced their way into the apartment, demanded money, went into the bedroom, kicked his 10-year-old son in the head, and started shooting Streeter. In the investigative paperwork, detectives say they found that story unfathomable, adding Portia Streeter's well-being and safety was clearly not his priority.
How dare you pull someone's life away from them? How dare you do God's job? How dare you strip someone of their future? So how dare you strip 3 beautiful kids of their mother?
And deputies laid out some possible motives here in this case. They say the suspect was upset his ex was in a new relationship. The two disagreed over the custody of their children. And deputies say the suspect was having some money problems while she was not. Range is due in court next week.
The death penalty against Calvin Crew, the man charged with killing a local Uber driver. Police say Crew shot and killed Christy Spacuzza of Turtle Creek back in February. Dashcam video from that Uber ride shows Crew holding a gun to the back of Spacuzza's head. Her body was later found in Monroeville.
As evidence in the murder of a Pennsylvania Uber driver, and we want to warn you, this may be hard to watch. Allegheny County police say the man in the back is the suspect, Calvin Crew. You see Crew get in the back of Christy Spacuzza's Uber. This was back in February. The video released by the court yesterday. Less than 20 minutes into the ride, police say Crew pulled out a gun and pressed it to the back of Spacuzza's head as she pleaded with him.
Come on, man. I got a family. What are you doing?
I got a family too. Now drive.
What are you doing?
Drive.
Please stop.
Drive the car, miss.
I have 4 kids. What are you doing?
Drive the car.
Detectives say Crew made Spacuzza drive for an hour while going through her banking apps before killing her. The trial for Calvin Crew got underway yesterday.
We have Sirach 39. Verse 21, a man need not to say, what is this? Wherefore is that? For he have made all things for their uses. Call Allah Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakadash, Brakati Yahawah, Brakati Yahawashi, diviners to the other apostles and elders, a great millstone, and a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect, Lord willing that they all continue to endure and be sincere. Shalom to the Akwat Yom, that are believers of his faith and his truth, Lord willing that you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, I must have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in faith. These little pictures I'm going to show you, use this verse to show you everything that is created was made for their uses. And when you go down to 28, it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So it's just spirits working. You got a lady, I think in Connecticut, a woman gets 12 years in prison for shooting up Connecticut Police Department lobby while under the influence. This is what she looks like. Then you got a man who guns down Walgreens employee because his hatred of pharmacies. You can't make this shit up. It's spirits is working on the left and the right hand. You got a Florida man that hired his friend to kill his baby mama while she was in the bed with her 3 kids, then went to her funeral, right? You got to understand what mindset you must be in to do this, right? The Spirit of the Lord was in neither one of them. Of course, some of them most likely might not be Israelites, but this man killing his baby mom while she laying with her 3 kids, excuse my language, the pussy drew this man mad, drew him mad. You got a man in Pennsylvania charged in killing a Uber driver who begged for her life. You don't know her from nothing. So what was on this man's mind to draw him to kill that woman? Nah, he was programmed, right, for his usage. Everybody on the earth has a purpose, right? It goes back to the Lord killeth, Let me just get that old classic, in Samuel. And this prequel. there's a plethora of scriptures we can go to, but this is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. Yahawah killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Yahawah maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He riseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are Yahawah's, and he hath set the world upon them. Everything is through the hands of the Lord, right? Let me get this. Jeremiah 10 and 23, this is an NLT, it says, I know, Yahawah, that our lives are not our own. We are not able to plan our own course, right? So everything that every last one of these individuals did, it wasn't their plan. You know, this is all orchestrated in the hands of the Lord, you know, and everybody is working for the Lord, even if you believe it or if you don't. Everybody is working for Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Again, Lord willing, this was edifying. Again, it's things always happening every day, right? So this is just a little of knowing that when we get into this time of the MOTB, Jacob's trouble, it's going to be way worse than these little crimes, right? So again, all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakadash. Keep your eyes open, be aware, use wisdom, and don't take Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi lightly. Shalom.